Have you ever looked at somebody else's life and wondered, why don't I have what they have? They have the nice house, the nice car, the vacation, the clothes, the money seems to be coming in. And then you look at your own financial situations and feel like you're falling behind. But here is the problem. You may be making yourself miserable by comparing your financial life to somebody else's. You don't know their whole story. You don't know what they had to go through to get where they are. And you don't know what they're dealing with behind what you can see. Today, I want to give you one simple biblical solution. Stop comparing your financial progress to other people's lives. Financial struggles can make comparison especially painful. When you're trying to make ends meet, seeing someone else's seemingly living comfortably can make you question yourself. You may start thinking, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get ahead? And before you know it, you're no longer focused on your own situation, you're focused on theirs. You're watching what they have. You're thinking about what you don't have, and you're measuring your life against theirs. But comparison can rob you of the ability to appreciate what God is doing in your life. You can become so focused on somebody else's progress that you fail to recognize your own. Galatians 6, verse 4 says, but let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. Paul is telling us to examine our own work, not somebody else's. Your responsibility is to look at your own life and ask, am I being faithful with what God has placed in my hands? That's where your attention needs to be. Because you cannot run your race while constantly looking at somebody else's lane. Here's the one solution. Stop comparing your financial situation to other people's situations. Instead, you need to focus on being faithful to what you have. Maybe somebody else has more money than you. That's okay. Maybe they have a bigger house. That's okay. They even can have more finances, and that's okay. Their progress doesn't mean that you're falling. You have to stop allowing somebody else's possession to become evidence that you are not doing enough. You don't know what their journey looks like. You don't know their sacrifices. You don't know their responsibilities or their struggles. You only see what they choose to show you. So stop using somebody else's visible life to judge your invisible struggles. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do with what God has given me? That's your focus. Maybe right now you're rebuilding. Maybe you're recovering from financial mistakes. Maybe you're learning to manage what you have. Maybe you're simply trying to make it through the season. Whatever your situation is, don't despise the process because someone else appears to be further ahead. Your job is not to become somebody else's. Your job is to be faithful with what is in your hands. Glory to God. I want you to hear this clearly. You are not behind just because somebody else is ahead. There will always be somebody with more than you. There will always be somebody with a bigger house, a newer car, a larger bank account, or a lifestyle that looks better from the outside. If you constantly compare yourself to them, you will never have peace because there will always be another person to compare yourself to. So today, get your eyes off their life and put them back on yours. Don't spend your energy wishing you had somebody else's financial situation. Use that energy to become faithful with your own. You may not have everything you want right now, but you can still be grateful for what you have. You can still learn, you can still grow, you can still make better decisions, and you can still move forward. Here's what I want you to remember. Their progress is not your assignment. God has given you your own journey. Stop comparing. Stop measuring your worth by somebody else's possessions. And stop allowing someone else's financial life to make you feel like a failure. Glory to God. So focus on your work, focus on your progress, focus on what you can do with what you have. You don't have to live their life. You just need to be faithful with yours. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to It's Marbella for more biblical answers to real life problems. And if you know someone who is constantly comparing their life to other people, share this message with them. Remember, their progress is not your assignment. Be faithful with what God has placed in your hands.